Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Tech Tip Tuesday. This week we're going to be looking at release conditions for Brightspace. And what those allow students to do is access different aspects of the course based on meeting a specific set of criteria that you select. So I'll give you an example of this using the announcements. Now you'll notice here, this first announcement here says that this is conditionally released. And what that means is based on a specific thing that I set out, only specific students are going to see that. Okay, now I can do that in a new announcement, but I'm going to edit this announcement and just add in the release condition because it's basically the same thing. So at the very bottom, below the headline, the content, the availability, you'll see additional release conditions. And we can create and attach a release condition. And there's a lot of condition types that we can use here. There's things that revolve around assignments. So if a student submits to an assignment folder, then they could see this. If they earned an award, if they're enrolled in the class list in a different section, so maybe that's period 1 or period 2, different groups, or visiting specific content areas, if they posted in discussions, if they completed a quiz or got a specific score on a quiz. All these are different things that you can use as the conditions that are met in order to release whatever it is you're trying to release. Now, in this case, I'm going to use a section enrollment here. And because I'm teaching a split class of period 1 and period 2, I can select that section, and this one will be for period 2. So if I select create here, notice any student that's enrolled in period 2, they would be the ones who see this announcement. Now, that's a single release condition, but I can actually create 2 release conditions if I'd like. So maybe they have to be enrolled in that section, but they also had to have submitted an assignment to the U1A2 assignment. Notice here it says all conditions must be met. So they first have to be enrolled in that section and submit to that. If I select update and go back to the course homepage, then you'll end up seeing that there's going to be a little icon that says conditionally released as well. And you can see that this now has that conditional release. So any student who's in period 2 and has submitted to that one assignment folder can now see this announcement in their course, and no one else that hasn't met that release condition. Let's look at release conditions inside of content. So when we open up our content icon in the nav bar, you first will have to select either a unit folder or a lesson or a content topic. So let's say I want to release this entire demo module. I select the module itself, and I'm going to select the 3 dots here and then go view release conditions. Now, then I can either create a new release condition, which gives me the same condition types as I previously saw, or I can browse for already existing ones in this course. So as you can see, I've created a bunch of release conditions already, and now I can just say, all right, this one, if they're enrolled in section number 1, I'll attach that. Save, and now you'll see this is only visible if those conditions are met. Okay, if I want to do that for individual topics inside that file, then I can scroll down in here and say I want this one to be only accessible to period 2. I can do the same type of thing and do that individually for a content topic. Okay, now discussions, assignments, and quizzes actually operate in the exact same way for showing the release conditions. So I will demo this for discussions, and then you'll just have to know that the same thing holds true for assignments and quizzes. When I go into discussions, I select the drop-down arrow next to it, and I'm going to go to Edit Topic. Now, when I'm inside here, there's going to be some tabs along the top here. And if I go to the Restrictions tab, then you can see when I scroll down here, there's the Release Conditions option. And I can either attach existing or I can create and attach brand new release conditions. Okay, again, same thing for assignments and quizzes. So you have those different options inside there. If you are using the grades tool in Brightspace, you can also conditionally release grade items as well. Again, release conditions, I think, are a great way that you can use for pacing of a course for students so that they are not waiting for you to release things, or so that they're not jumping ahead before they've completed certain things that you want them to complete in a specific order. They're easy to use, and if you do have any questions, there are a few different videos on release conditions inside our Brightspace for Teachers course. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, like, subscribe, and check in for our other weekly Tech Tip Tuesday videos.